He was the pride of the Wajir district when he became the first cabinet minister from there and the second from the northeastern region. This week on the cabinet, we focus on Ahmed Khalif, who served as Minister for Labor and Manpower Development in President Kibaki's administration.
Born in 1950 in Wajir, Ahmed Khalif attended Wajir Government School for his primary education. He later went to Wajir Secondary and Nairobi High School before joining the University of Nairobi for a journalism course. He thereafter had a career in the civil service as an information officer before joining British Broadcasting Corporation. Before joining politics, Khalif came from a long line of leaders. His father was one of the first African inspectors of police in Kenya and later a chief, while his eldest brother, Abdirashid Khalif, had been to the Lancaster independence talks as a special representative of the Northern Frontier District. Ahmed Khalif arrived on the political scene in 1979, aged 29, having been prevailed upon by elders to step into the place of his brother, who had been expelled from Kano. Khalif was re-elected in 1983 and was soon embroiled in the heated politics following the Wagala massacre. One of the lowest moments in independent Kenya's history, the carnage that started on February 10, 1984, members of the Degodia clan of the Somali were gathered by security forces, held at the Wajir airstrip, and hordes of them killed in a security operation, apparently to weed out bandits. Khalif, a member of the Degodia clan and the local member of parliament, became the face of the outcry, telling parliament the following week that more than 1,000 people starved to death following the inhumane conditions under which they were held at the airstrip. He was again the face of the resistance against the so-called red cards, special identification documents which Kenyan Somalis were required to carry to distinguish them from those of Ethiopia and Somalia. Khalif opposed it as unconstitutional and hired lawyer Muhammad Ibrahim, now Supreme Court judge. He won the case and became a hero among his constituents and the Somali community. As expected, he joined other opposition stalwarts ahead of the first multi-party elections in 1992. But feeling threatened by the onslaught from the likes of Kenneth Matiba, Oginga and Kibaki, President Moi pleaded the Degodia elders to prevail upon Khalif to return to Kano. Thus, Khalif, the erstwhile harsh government critic, ran on a Kano ticket in 1992 and was appointed Assistant Minister for Finance on winning the election. In 1997, he was defeated by Walia Aidan Canaan of Safina, but would bounce back in 2002. Ahead from the historic elections, Khalif had from 2000 become an active member of the Ufungamano initiative that was pushing for the constitutional reforms amid strong resistance from the Moi government. He rode on this campaign and on memories of his defense of the identity cards to win the seat despite running on as a NAG candidate. After his win in 2003, he was appointed Labour and Manpower Development Minister, the only one from the Northeastern Province in the lineup. This ultimate admission to the center of government after decades of struggle in the peripheries were cut short when he died in a plane crash that also killed 2 pilots in Busia on January 24, 2003. 3 other ministers, Martha Karua, Raphael Tuju, and Jebi Kilimo, were injured when their chartered aircraft hit power lines and crashed into a residential estate shortly after takeoff. Khalif died shortly after arriving at the hospital, having been minister for barely 20 days, becoming the shortest-serving minister not just in the Kibaki cabinet, but perhaps in Kenya's history. Jackie Wambiru, The Cabinet.